How do I integrate this into my ticket system? How many people here have some kind of ticket system where users submit tickets? How many people don't have a ticket system? Okay, excellent. Boy, that's changed. 10 years ago, it would have been the opposite. I'm really proud of you guys for having ticket systems, because having a ticket system can be the first step to having a well-managed IT group.
Well, despite the fact that we have a ticket system, there are always people who drop by with problems. So we have a ticket system.
Right. We'll talk about drop-bys after the break. So, how do you mate the cycle with tickets? I don't recommend that you try to list every ticket in your to-do list, because you're going to spend more time writing than doing. But what you can do is you can block out a certain amount of time for ticket duty each day. So I have, and this is a benefit of using electronic systems, you can have repeating events. So I have a repeating event every day that says 2 hours of tickets. And I just block out that time and work on tickets for 2 hours. In some groups, let's see, other ways of managing tickets. What I want to say about tickets is, so if I block out 2 hours of time for tickets, I then, I understand that I might get interruptions during that time, and that's okay. That just expands out the time that I've allocated for tickets. Let's see. And why am I having so much trouble with these last couple slides? So what do I use the cycle for in a ticket situation? I use it to maintain my working set. So it's sort of a cache of what tickets that I'm working on. Questions? Yes? Okay. So tickets are another one of the interrupts in your situation. We're going to. I will definitely cover that during the interrupt section. Okay. Yes.
It seems to me, if I have a number of tickets to do, they're also of different priorities, and the priorities of tickets seem to have to balance with the priority of projects. Would it make sense in that case to take each ticket and just treat it as a separate item with priorities, and just like any other item?
Yes. So the question is, how do I manage the priorities, of tickets? So I find it's important to find something that's repeatable, so that you always know what to do. It's less stressful if you have a plan, if you know what to do in a given situation. So high priority tickets, maybe those become to-do items immediately. And low priority tickets are the things that get done when you just have blocked out a 2 hour 2 hour a day. Or maybe it's an hour in the morning and an hour in the afternoon that you've blocked out for tickets. Some other things that I find, where I work currently, we have on-duty shifts. So last week was my week to do nothing but work on tickets, and that let everyone else on the team work on projects and stuff. Let me give a case study about that, and this answers your question. This true story. My friend Glenn, it's in quotes, but it's actually his real name, got into a conflict with his boss at a small company. His boss says, "I want you to split your time evenly between help desk and projects." He wasn't getting his projects done enough, and when he just worked on projects, users would complain to his boss saying, "Glenn told me to go to hell because he was working on a project, but I really need this done." So Glenn said, "Okay, split my time. I can do that, and I'll do it using the cycle." He planned his day so that every day he had one to-do item called interrupts. And that was his 4 hours of time each day that he was going to be available to users, and the other 4 hours of each day he was going to work on projects. So when he came in the morning, he did his little planning thing, and then he started working on projects. Let's say he got a half hour of project work done before his first interrupt, and the interrupt takes a half an hour. Well, he's now used a half hour of his project time and a half hour of his interrupt time. And he sort of kept accounting on this throughout the day. And towards the end of the day, he would run out of interrupt time. And so now when he gets interrupted, he could, with confidence, say, I'm sorry, I'm having a busy day. I need you to come back tomorrow. And if someone didn't like that, he could explain to his boss, well, I had used up my interrupt time for the day. You said you want me to split my time between interrupts and projects. I'd used up my interrupt time. And his boss actually understood this, and it worked very well for him. And on days with very few interrupts, he had plenty of project time. So he was still working an 8-hour day, but he was managing things better. And when we talk more about planning your day, it's sort of like he made a 4-hour meeting with himself each day. And instead of a meeting that's at a fixed time, it's sort of a floating meeting that keeps pushing out as things get interrupted. So does that help your situation? Okay, great.